tax credit that is in the tweet. The whole tweet is, on my watch, the Great American Road Trip is going to be fully electrified, and now through a tax credit, you can get up to $7,500 in a new electric vehicle. Bit of a swing and a miss to have him sitting in a vehicle that doesn't qualify, but as you point out, hardly any vehicles qualify. And to me, this is more about the moment we're in politically than this particular thing. It's just the Secretary of Homeland Security can stand up and say, the border's secure, while we're setting records for people coming through. The president can tweet out a picture of him in a car and say, I just gave you a tax credit, and the road trip is going to be electrified. And none of that's even close to true. And it just doesn't matter anymore. I think Biden's closer to right on our moment than those of us who are complaining in a sickening way.
So your local car dealer shows you a truck and says, now $10,000 off. They have to have in little print. Well, first of all, they have, do not attempt. Guy's riding down a road in suburbia. I'm going to attempt that today. And in fact, I got such balls, I'm going to do it for the next 5 days in a row.
Yes, I like when the car's driving around a closed course.
Anyway, but so they show pictures of the truck, and they got to have in fine print at the bottom shown with optional features. But the president can say, yeah, drive an electric truck like this one. Joey, you'll get a rebate. Yeah. And it can be a vehicle that you don't get the rebate. And it just doesn't matter.
Car and Driver, quoting an article they have about electric cars currently. Currently, it's estimated that around 1% of the 250 million cars, SUVs, and light-duty trucks on American roads are electric. The gap between, now commentary from Byron York of the Washington Examiner, the gap between reality and the president's statement is pretty wide, that the Great American Road Trip is electrified on his watch. Okay, it will be someday. I do think electric cars will be the dominant form of transportation someday, but not on his watch, with currently 1% of vehicles on the road electric cars. Then you've got this from the Wall Street Journal from just this past summer. I rented an electric car for a 4-day road trip. I spent more time charging than I did sleeping. I will not do it again anytime soon. The Great American Road Trip is electrified on my watch. Okay, well, somebody tried to do it in a non-Tesla, and it was almost impossible. I did it in a Tesla, the best Tesla they make in terms of range and that sort of thing, and I won't drive from Northern California to LA again trying to do that. Even with the Tesla infrastructure, it's a pain in the ass. Now, again, I think it's the next thing. It will happen, but we're so far from there yet. How does the president get away with saying crap like that? Not to mention the fact that the car you're sitting in, the truck you're sitting in, doesn't qualify for your big rebate.
You know, I could do a week of shows on the various fantasies that the state of California has in terms of generating and using power. I mentioned this a few minutes ago. Let me just go ahead and pay it off. The state of California is requiring zero emissions electricity by 2045, which means that the state's electricity will have to be met entirely with wind and solar power, with a dollop of geothermal and hydroelectric power thrown in, because they're shutting down eventually the last nuclear power plant, even though that's the cleanest energy on Earth. And then to meet the goals of zero emissions, the state's politicians and regulators have enacted a smorgasbord of bans on almost everything that uses fossil fuels. This is two things. This is a reminder to Californians of what you better get ready for, and just a shout out to the rest of the country. This is what happens in California. The sale of new internal combustion cars and light trucks will be banned in a dozen years. Allegedly.
Allegedly, I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, I think they will realize, we're 25 years short of being ready, and they will ham and haw and then change it. But anyway.
Worth pointing out right here, the article from yesterday, Toyota rethinks the EV strategy with a new CEO. The CEO of Toyota saying, I speak for the silent majority in the car industry. It says, we're not even close to there yet with electric vehicles. He said, hybrids, that seems like a pretty good idea, but full-on electric vehicles? No.
So the return to good sense is at least begun, I think. Let's see, the sale of new internal combustion cars. Oh, I said that. The ban on the sale of large diesel trucks starts in 2045. On January 1st of this year, the ban on operating diesel trucks with engines manufactured before 2010 has already taken effect. So any 13-year-old or older diesel engine in a truck is banned in California. And though the recent imbroglio over a nationwide ban on the sale of gas stoves has settled down, California has just enacted such a ban, which takes effect in 2030. No more gas stoves. Idiotic. In the same year, the state will prohibit new gas furnaces and water heaters, and a ban on both the sale and use of gas-powered small engines. Example, lawnmowers, chainsaws, portable generators. The use of them is banned starting next year.
So you're not grandfathered in by already owning one? You just can't you can't use the one you've already got anymore?
That's the ban on the sale and use, according to City Journal, which is usually quite accurate.
So how would you read that as a guy who almost went to law school? Does that mean I can't use one I've already...
Beginning next year.
Period.
Yeah.
I've got a giant gas-powered mower we use at the farm that was really expensive. And I can't use that anymore?
You know, get like a special dispensation for agricultural land? I don't know. Oh, and the part I left out in the whole, we're going to do it all through wind and solar with a smattering of hydroelectric, blah, 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 was those numbers are hilariously not is not even, it's so far away. It's like me promising you I'm going to bench press 500 pounds. I'm not going to come to 25% of that, probably. And yet, getting back to the Joe Biden smiling senilely out of his truck that doesn't qualify for the very rebate outing.
The Great American Road Trip is electrified on my watch. Is just not.
No, you just say anything you want to signal your tribal loyalty. Do you think
by lefty green people that he sees these numbers and thinks everybody's out there traveling in electric cars? Does he, actually not know?
Let me analyze that question for you, Jack. Our two choices are, is he being sincere but uninformed, or is he petition for 40 years?
1%.
And you think he's still innocent and just was duped into telling an untruth.
1% of the 250 million cars are electric, and practically nobody's using those for road trips. I mean, it would be like a dozen people who are going to try it next year and then decide never to do it again.
You would have to be A, retired, and B, intent on reading 10,000 pages of novels during your trip, because you'd spend a hell of a lot of time reading while charging your car. And I apologize, I said Joe Biden had been in politics for 40 years. It's 50! 50 years! And you're asking me, do you think he just made a mistake? Wake up, son!
I don't know. I feel like a lot of the green people I live amongst have a very skewed view of the impact electric cars are having, because they live in a liberal town with lots of Teslas driving around.
That I believe.
That is not the reality. And sure, it's fine. Electric cars, I think the future of electric cars is mostly going to be, you have one to take the kids to school and go to the grocery store and all the stuff you do in town pretty well.
Yeah, if you have enough money to have a commuter car and a other car, you'll have an electric car.
Yeah. So then that way, half the cars could be electric. But, man, we're not even close to the Great American Road Trip is electrified. Whatever, old man.
Had a kiss scare.
Pull that bad and come there.
We should really have him sitting in a car that qualifies for the rebate. But somebody else said, it doesn't matter. You dip-ass. What do you think?
Right.
What do you think who already agree with us? They're not going to look into it.
Did he signal his tribal loyalty? Yes, he did. Moving along.
Exactly. Wow, we're in weird times.
Armstrong and Getty.
Bum, 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 bum.
Tax Network, Tax Network, Tax Network USA. If you have a tax debt, big or small, unfiled returns, we'll file them all. Don't waive your rights, we'll fight for you. Saving money on your taxes, that's all we do.
Settle your back taxes now with Tax Network USA. Our
can save you up to 75% on your tax bill. Call now for your free consultation. Call 1-800-245-6000. That's 1-800-245-6000. 1-800-245-6000.
Did you know 1 in 4 vet visits involve skin and coat issues? And 70% of your system is based in their gut. Dinovite nutritional supplement has key nutrients for your pet's digestive tract, skin and coat, and immune system for an all-around healthier pet. With your purchase of Dinovite for dogs by using code DOG at Dinovite.com.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dinovite.
Inflation is nothing more than legalized theft. Because with a round of money printing, the value of your 401k or IRA is decreased through the dilution of the money supply. Hi, I'm Dr. Ron Paul. And while you can, I highly recommend you consider physical gold for your retirement account. Why? Because gold provides real wealth preservation that can withstand anything. Even better, with a gold IRA from Birch Gold Group, you pay no penalties or taxes when you transfer your current retirement fund. To learn more, text the word HEDGE to 989898. And my friends at Birch Gold Group will send you a free info kit on gold IRAs. Birch Gold is the only gold IRA company I trust. So text HEDGE to 989898 to request your free info kit right now.
How do you get over 10 servings of 31 different veggies into 6 vegetarian capsules? To find out, tune in to the Balance of Nature show this Saturday at 5 p.m. on KSFO.
Mike Capel here, serial entrepreneur with words from another happy customer.
Software accounting is amazing. I was able to see where's all my expenses going, where's the revenue, which month had more revenue, affordable and easy to use.
Visit us at PatriotSoftware.com.
With PatriotSoftware.com, accounting and payroll, keep your time and money.
It's the All Things Legal Show every Thursday at 6 p.m. Join your host, Craig Ashton, for an entertaining and eclectic view of all things legal. Thursdays at 6 p.m. Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
You ever get the feeling that the world is being held together with duct tape? Every day we're thrown some new meaningless drama in the fake news to distract us from the reality we're all about to face. Between the government trying to print their way out of debt, military conflicts, the disintegration of our most trusted institutions, and a looming food shortage, preparedness is no longer a choice. It's a necessity. You can trust My Patriot Supply. Our emergency food kits come packed with tasty meals averaging over 2,000 calories per day. Get at least one kit for each person in your family. Self-reliance is the only alternative to government food lines. Time is running out. Become ungovernable. Go to MyPatriotSupply.com and save on dozens of different emergency food kits while you can. These kits are in stock, ship fast, and arrive in unmarked boxes for your privacy. Go to MyPatriotSupply.com before the next crisis strikes. MyPatriotSupply.com.
See the difference with American Vision Windows, revolutionizing the home improvement industry one customer at a time while improving the lives of their employees for the better. For your free design consultation, visit AmericanVisionWindows.com.
How'd you like the potential to participate in credited interest from market-indexed returns and limit the downside? Join Edmund Brown for the Safe Money Radio Show. Call Edmund Brown for your complimentary Safe Money Radio Kit and Safe Money Radio book at 1-844-306-SAFE.
KSFO's Ben Shapiro.
We are over the moon about Joe Biden's student loan bailout. You got Bernie's, this is great. I wish to believe everyone's President Carter, housing that everything should be free. After all, I've never held a job in my entire life. Of course, Bernie loves it. See, like, she loves it. I mean, this is, like, amazing. Oh, my God. Like, she used to be a bartender, and, like, oh, my God. When you bail things out, it doesn't, like, make things more, like, expensive, like, and anything like, but, like, the important thing is Instagram.
See, Shapiro welcomes liberal voices. Weeknights at 9 on your radio and smart speaker at 560. based on the latest data. I know I am, as a consumer. More on that coming up.
Also coming up, NBA star and affordable housing advocate Stephen Curry is writing to his local city council saying, hey, that affordable housing thing, that's way too close to my house. Please, not here. So isn't that cute? Stay with us for that. This is good news. Way, I think. Christopher Rufo. Do you know Chris Rufo? We've quoted him many times. He is fighting against the new racism, among other things, and also the teaching of radical sex theory to little kids in our schools. But he and Ilya Shapiro, a constitutional scholar, you may recognize his name. He was the guy who got heaved out of Georgetown before he even started his job for a poorly worded tweet about the Supreme Court new justice. Anyway. As Chris Rufo tweets, this month Ilya Shapiro and I published a model policy to abolish DEI bureaucracy. That's your evil diversity, equity, inclusion Marxist bureaucracies. Prohibit coercive diversity statements, end mandatory diversity training, and ban racial preferences in public universities. A group of courageous academics has now endorsed our proposal. And these academics have endorsed it formally in writing and explained why they think it's a great idea. Granted, there are a lot of professors at a lot of different colleges, and the presence of these guys and gals on a campus or two doesn't mean much, but among the people who have signed the model legislation, which is completely written out, it is full-on legislation, it's not just an idea, include this professor from the University of Texas at Austin, University of Chicago, Stanford University, Princeton University, University of Texas at Austin, Stanford again, University of Washington, Texas A&M, another university, Prize Institute. Saying things like the Rufo et al. Model legislation addresses the most pressing domestic issue facing our nation. Colorblind equal treatment of all is not only essential for academic excellence, but also for the continuing functioning of our pluralistic republic. That's Dorian Abbott from the University of Chicago, for instance. Ivan Marinovich from Stanford says, I support the model legislation. Adopting it is a no-brainer if one wants to restore academic freedom and excellence in our universities. DEI is a divisive and illiberal Trojan horse that is taking our universities down a nihilistic path, etc. So we'll track this. Or maybe reach out to Rufo and or Ilya Shapiro and ask them exactly what it says and, if they could translate it. But yeah, the long and short of it is you can't discriminate by race, which is established law over and over again.
Did yesterday, I like this tweet. There are few things funnier than Joe Biden touting a car that costs more than the average family's annual salary, that is the most inefficient EV on the road, and there's information to back that up. It is the most inefficient of the EVs on the road, and more inefficient than gas cars in terms of energy used, and best of all, ineligible for the tax credit under his administration's rules.
But out by the unions that get him elected.
Right. There he is sitting in the SUV. On my watch, the Great American Road Trip is going to be electrified, and you get the $7,500 tax credit. We live in a post-truth world. It is weird. I don't even know how to react to this.
Yeah, I know. It's unbelievable.
Consumers look like they are panicking. Have some data to back that up. Are you? Among other things on the way. If you missed an hour of the show, grab the podcast Armstrong and Getty on demand.
Armstrong and Getty.
Attention, if your vehicle is no longer covered by the manufacturer's warranty, call Protect My Car right now. 800-317-7861. If you were involved in an accident, your auto insurance will pay. Your vehicle breaks down tomorrow, are you covered? Who's gonna pay for those expensive repairs? Call Protect My Car right now at 800-317-7861 and avoid unexpected vehicle repairs. Protect My Car has plans that cover your vehicle's most important parts and systems once your manufacturer's warranty expires, like the engine, transmission, electrical, air conditioning, and more. Protect My Car's extended vehicle plans include vehicle rental, roadside assistance, oil changes, and tire rotations at no additional cost to you. Don't wait. Call 800-317-7861. Lock in the price of of your vehicle repair coverage plan. An extended warranty specialist is standing by. Call Protect My Car